Hey y'all, it's Crystal with MrsHappyHomemaker.com, and I've got a question for you. Do you say pecan or do you say pecan? Now me, I say pecan, and my mama, she hates it because she says pecan. She says, Crystal, a pecan is something you keep underneath the bed to pee in. A pecan is something that you eat. Well, I ain't never put a can underneath my bed to pee in, but I have eaten a pecan. But whether or not you call it a pecan or a pecan makes no never mind to me. What matters is that pecans, they're good. Well, pecan, pecan, whatever. I'm in my kitchen and I'm gonna show you how I make my favorite in the whole wide world pecan pie, whatever. Well, what makes my pecan pie so good? I use butter in it and no corn syrup at all, because butter makes everything better. I'm a big believer in that one. Let me put my apron on and throw my hair up. My little clippy clip. I love those things. There, here we go. Is it up there? It's kind of up there, huh? Well, I got my bowl, and many of y'all commented y'all like my old Pyrex bowls. I like them too. So I'm gonna start off with 2 eggs and crack them in my bowl. Put them in my little garbage bowl over here, the eggshells. And I'm gonna take my little springy whisk that I love and give them a good beating until they are nice and frothy. Frothy? I didn't say frothy. Not with a TH, with an F. Frothy. There we go. My eggs, they're all frothy. I'm gonna add in 1 stick of melted butter, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of white sugar, and about 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Actually, 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And I'm gonna stir that all together. You see? Stirring, 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 stirring. Now I'm gonna stir in 1 tablespoon of milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And for those of y'all that buy my vanilla extract, a new batch is coming really, really, really soon. Like, as in it's ready. I'm just waiting on bottles to come so I can package it. So, yay! So 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm gonna eyeball it there. Stir it all in. And I am gonna mix in 1 cup of pecans, or pecans, those things. And not chopped, I'm gonna leave them, I've left them like this. They're halved. Stir that all together. Yummy pecan pie. Now I have a confession to make. I don't like crust. Like, I don't really like pie crust that much. I'm the person that I scrape off the pie filling from the crust. I don't care who made it. I don't care whose great grandma, how much butter, how flaky, what prize winning recipe it is. I don't like crust. I don't know. And the way I figure it, if I don't eat the crust, then I can eat twice as much of the pie filling, right? I mean, that's math. That's cooking math. It balances all out, right? So I actually don't make my own pie crust. The horror. I buy the Pillsbury pie crust in the frozen section. I used to get the refrigerated kind, but like the fluting thing, I suck at that. I can make a pie taste good, y'all, but I cannot make that pie crust look pretty to save my life unless I buy them frozen already all, you know? Yeah. That's my downfall right there. So I've got my filling all stirred up. I'm gonna head to my freezer, which, not this freezer. I have a deep freezer that way. Ow, I just hit my hand. I have a deep freezer that way. I'm gonna go get my pie crust. Pie crust that I didn't make. So I'm gonna take my frozen pie crust, my cheater pie crust. That's all right though. And I'm actually just need one, so I'm gonna put this one back in the bag. Well, I buy the frozen pie crust because usually it looks better than mine, but it's like, I made that one, you guys. That's all right though. I'm gonna put my pie filling inside my pie crust. And I have left my pie crust frozen. It is not thawed. I have taken it straight out of the freezer. And I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. Yummy. I cannot wait. I'm gonna spill the pie. There. Looky there. So I have got my pecan pie on a baking sheet, and I'm using a baking sheet because when you're using a frozen pie crust, it comes on these little tin foil pie holders, and they can get kind of bendy and floppy in the oven, and it's better just to put it on here and have the stability of it. So I'm gonna throw it in the oven and cook it at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna reduce the heat to 350 degrees and cook it for an additional 45 minutes. Now after it's been in the oven for after it has been in the oven on 350 for 20 minutes, I'm gonna take it out and wrap the pie crust with tin foil and put it back in the oven. Now wrapping the pie crust in the tin foil keeps the pie crust from getting too brown after you cook it. Which if you don't eat pie crust like me, it shouldn't be a huge deal, but I really don't want to serve a burnt looking pie, you know. The pecan pie, it has emerged from the oven. And y'all, it is beckoning me right now. I want some. Now, it may look a little bit different than the typical pecan pie that is made with corn syrup because this has no corn syrup in it at all. It is all butter. So the butter makes this wonderful buttery crust on top, and the inside is gooey pecan pie filling. I'm gonna slice into it here in a minute and I'll show you how good it looks. And then y'all are gonna have to make it because if you don't, you're just gonna really be missing out. And who wants to live life without having an all butter pecan pie? I mean, ice cream and pecan pie. You guys, heaven on a fork and a pie pan.